Greetings, audience of the Dresden Philharmonic. I'm Jonathan Biss, and I'm really sorry to be speaking to you this way, remotely from my house rather than in person. Just weeks ago, I was in Berlin waiting to get on a train to Dresden when, everything stopped, pretty much world over. And I'm particularly sad not to have been able to come and to play for you, because I was supposed to be playing really a brand new piece, a concerto by the wonderful Australian composer Brett Dean. The premiere of it was in February in Stockholm, and these would have been just the second performances. And the piece is fantastic. It is part of a larger project, which I commissioned 5 composers to write pieces which respond or correspond to the 5 Beethoven concerti, and Brett's concerto is somehow answering the 5th Beethoven concerto, the Emperor, and he's found a way to do that with enormous creativity. The piece makes significant use of certain themes from the Beethoven, and yet the language is completely Brett's. It's original and powerful, and in its reflective moments, very, very moving. It sort of imagines Beethoven at end of life. The piece is called Gneixendorfer Musik, and Gneixendorf is a village in Austria where Beethoven spent a very unhappy time late in his life. And the piece, in very creative ways, evokes Beethoven as a deaf person, really trapped in his own head, still having these incredibly powerful and intense and urgent ideas, but not quite being able to hear them. And I almost don't want to explain the ways in which Brett brings this to life, because I'm still very much hoping that eventually I will come to Dresden and play the piece for you, and I'd like for there to be an element of discovery in the moment. But the piece is really very moving, and I was having such a good time practicing it in the weeks before, because the first time you play a piece, you're always just sort of trying to hang on a little bit, and I felt like I was just starting to really get to explore it, and then this happened. And somehow to make matters even worse, not only were these concerts canceled due to the coronavirus crisis, but Brett himself has had the virus, and he's thankfully recovered now. But so this terrible situation kind of hit this piece and this concert in a variety of different ways. So I hope everybody is staying safe and well, and that you're all healthy. And I really look forward to the time when the world gets back to normal, and when I can be with you in person. Thanks very much.